The mystery that is double-sided bookkeeping. I think it is important to understand because in the long run it will help you understand what you are doing in MYOB and why. The purpose and goal of double-sided bookkeeping is to enter financial transaction records so that when financial statements and reports are run, the company's assets are equal to its liabilities plus owner's equity or capital being net worth. Double-sided bookkeeping is the accounting method used to balance a business's books. For every credit, there is an equal debit. All credit and debit entries are categorized using a chart of accounts, but MYOB handles this for you. The double-sided method can be very confusing at first, but when entries are properly recorded, the account books will balance because the total of all credit entries will be equal to the total of all debit entries. For every positive and negative, there is a corresponding negative and positive. This may help you understand why things that seem more obvious as minuses are pluses. For instance, you would think a sale would be a positive, but it is actually a negative because the money you receive or the debt you create is positive. That makes sense as you are getting money for it, increasing your bank account. So the sale itself has to be a negative. But don't worry too much about understanding this as MYOB does it all for you. Let's have a look at some individual transactions in MYOB. Creating a sales invoice. When you hit the record or print record, MYOB will automatically credit the income account allocated to your item or the income account you choose on your service invoice and debit your asset debtors or accounts receivable account. If you are selling inventory, it will debit cost of goods sold and credit inventory. Receiving a payment for your invoice and sale. When you receive payment for this invoice and enter it into MYOB, when you hit record, MYOB will debit the bank and credit the debtors. That is, increase the balance of your bank account and decrease what you are owed. Entering a payment you have made using spend money. When you have spent money on something, no matter how, EFT, check from your bank account, when you enter it through spend money and hit record, MYOB will debit the account you choose. It might be a cost of sales item, an expense item, an asset purchase, or even a loan repayment. It will credit the bank. That is, it will increase your costs and decrease the amount of money you have in the bank. Or if it is making a payment to a creditor, it will decrease the debt, reducing your original debt. That is, debit it and credit the bank. So remember, for every debit there is a credit, and for every credit there is a debit. That is double-sided bookkeeping.